ho, it's John Finnemore's Souvenir Christmas.
OK, guys, this is the big one. As you all know, whether or not Britain enjoys Christmas is now more or less entirely dependent on the quality of the new adverts from John Mulligan's stores. So, what have you got for me?
OK, I'll kick off. What about if it's a little boy and he's gazing into a toy shop window, but all he's got is a farthing? But then he hears a cough from the gutter, and there's a little robin with a broken beak. And at the end, he spends the farthing to buy it a beak splint. And it's all to a slowed-down cover of You Can't Always Get What You Want.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty great start. Can anyone top it?
OK, what about if it's Satan?
Ooh.
And he's really lonely in hell because they don't really do Christmas. But then a little girl sees him through the, window to hell. And at the end, she gives him a mince pie, all to a slowed-down cover of Sympathy for the Devil.
I love it.
Or how about if it's a vicar walking down Oxford Street and he is so distraught by the crass commercialisation of Christmas that he rips off his dog collar and throws it in a puddle, but at the end, a little stray dog retrieves it for him to the slowed-down cover of Losing My Religion.
It's good. I don't know if we want to attack the crass commercialisation of Christmas too hard.
What about if instead the little dog offers him his own dog collar?
Oh, now that is so good, we have to make it. Unless you've got one, AJ?
Well, I was just thinking, what if it's a series of shots of various things we sell?
I don't think I quite get it. Well, what would the cover be?
A voiceover saying the prices of them?
But slowed down.
Yeah, could be. Or just normal.
And then at the end...
A picture of our shop.
Yeah, no, I don't
Only
think
then it turns out to be in a snow globe. An old man has hand-carved for a baby penguin.
That's the one!
What do you want?
Greetings, peasant. It is I.
Who?
Page?
Oh, I don't have the bugle, so
Well, just... Good King Wenceslas.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm the Pope.
Oh, no, I am. Observe my rich ermine robes, my kingly bearing, my ruddy crown.
My God, you are. You're King Wenceslas.
Good King Wenceslas, yes.
What?
People call me Good King. It's a sort of nickname I've got.
I've never heard it. I've heard people call you...
Anyway, His Majesty brings you rich gifts.
Behold, pine logs, flesh and wine.
Ta-da!
Oh, right. And what, you're doing this for all your subjects?
No,
Just this village?
just you.
That's weird.
His Majesty observed you from the palace balcony as you were gathering winter fuel.
Right.
And he decided to follow you home and make you dinner.
Look, I'm very flattered, Your Majesty, but actually I'm married.
Oh, no! The page isn't explaining it properly. No, I just happened to see you after the Feast of Stephen and, well, you know that sort of warm, soppy feeling you get after a big meal and a bit too much wine?
No, not at all.
Oh. Anyway, I was in that mood and I asked my page who you were, and anyway, long carol short, I bring you rich gifts.
Like, pine logs.
Yes, you don't seem very pleased.
What did you say I was doing when you saw me?
Gathering winter fuel.
Exactly. Which I've now gathered. I mean, if you brought me pine logs this morning, you'd have saved me a job, but now...
But you're a peasant, you need all the fuel you can get.
I am a peasant, yeah, I'm a peasant with a wood-burning stove who lives in a forest. There's one thing I'm basically fine for, it's fuel.
Well, I bet you're not fine for this. Flesh!
What? A whole haunch of ham?
Yes.
And you bring it to me on St. Stephen's Day?
Yes.
The day after Christmas.
Yes, so?
I did try to explain to you, sire, the peasants tend to raise a pig.
One pig?
Over the course of the year.
The whole year?
And then they slaughter it.
On Christmas Day! So, after 51 weeks of living on beetroot, this is the 1 week in the whole year we've more flesh than we know what to do with. And today, you bring me flesh. Today.
Look, I think you're being jolly ungrateful. I am the king, after all, and I carried all this stuff over to
Well,
you.
technically, I carried it.
You're my page, it's the same thing.
You made Christoph here carry it all.
Oh, I don't mind.
What, in this weather? In just his jerkin?
It's all part of the job.
With his heart condition?
Oh, well.
Oh, you didn't tell me you had a heart condition.
Well, I did, actually.
You didn't?
No, I did. I said, sire, the night is darker now and the wind blows stronger.
Yes, but you didn't.
Fails my heart, I know not how, I can go no longer.
Oh.
Yeah, I said it in rhyme because you tend to pay more attention to things that rhyme.
And what did he say?
Oh, well, he was very kind.
What did he say?
He allowed me to walk in his royal footsteps.
His footsteps?
Yes.
Not in his ermine cloak?
No, but it definitely helped, you know, the footsteps.
You're a monster!
I'm not! I'm good King Wenceslas!
No one calls you that! Here, take your pied logs, take your flesh, take your... Actually, we'll keep the wine, and get out!
Paige, do you think this will affect the carol?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll end it before we get to the hut.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it'll just be about how you had a really good idea and then bravely went for a walk in the snow and then we'll just sort of imply it all worked out fine.
Great.
Good King Wenceslas went in feeling pretty silly. It doesn't always help to throw your gifts out willy-nilly. Charitable giving is a wondrous thing to do. But if you really want to help, make sure you think it through.
Excuse me, sir, madam, have you just voted?
Yes.
Yes, we have.
And are you happy to tell me which way you voted?
Yes, very happy to. We voted for.
That's right, 4.
Yes, we're staunchly in favour.
Thank you. And would you tell me what species you identify as?
Certainly, we're turkeys.
Turkeys.
Yes, I am a turkey and so is my wife.
Hello.
Thank you. And speaking as turkeys, what was it you found most persuasive about Christmas?
Well, look, the anti-Christmas lot do a lot of doom-mongering and naysaying, but the Christmas guys mounted a really positive campaign. And they have consistently promised that if their holiday goes ahead, everyone will get 3 days off and a lovely big dinner.
And that sounds delicious. We're very excited about that.
And are you aware of how the Christmas campaign are planning to provide this meal?
No, I don't think they've said, have they, darling?
No, they haven't said. But then why should they? They're not elected yet. Once we turkeys have given them a mandate to deliver Christmas, there'll be plenty of time for them to decide what to serve for lunch.
And I, for one, cannot wait to see what they come up with.
I hope it's grain.
It probably will be. So, how did it go? How did you do?
Oh, well,
Oh, dear, not good.
pretty good. I got down to the last 2.
Oh, well, that's great. Well done. So, who won?
Holly.
Oh, not again.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Ivy.
Of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown again.
So, tell me all about it.
Well, first of all, the judges made this big fuss about us both being full-grown, which I thought was a bit creepy. Yeah, and then in the first round, Holly bore a blossom white as lily flower.
That is good. Everybody loves impressions.
Yeah, I know.
What did you do?
I bore a leaf as green as any leaf.
Well, that's good too.
It's okay, you don't have to be nice. Then in the second round, Holly bore a berry red as any blood.
You're a bit samey.
Yeah, but it's still impressive.
What did you do?
I climbed up a wall.
Oh, right.
I know, it's weird. It's the one thing I'm really good at, but it's weird.
And the last round?
She bore a prickle sharp as any thorn.
Now that's weird.
Yeah, but she sold it as a sort of martial arts thing. I loved it.
And you?
I hate myself. I twined up a pole.
Oh, Ivy.
I thought it might just make the difference. It didn't.
Well, look, don't be too hard on yourself. After all, of all the trees that are in the wood, you came second. And you're not even a tree.
Norse holly?
Well, no, but still.
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, enough about me. How did you get on in the reindeer games?
Oh, usual bloody story. They wouldn't let me play.
Well, howdy, friends. I guess we're finally coming to the end of my perhaps misjudged concept album, a song for literally every day of the year. But you know what? This one might be my favorite of all. Well, Christmas Day is magical. Oh my goodness, yes. But with that pinch of magic comes a bucket load of stress. And then, hooray, it's Boxing Day with all its expectations of washing up and clearing up and visiting relations. But then there comes a special day, the one I like the most, when no one has to wear a hat or cook a massive roast. We'll just relax and graze on snacks all day in our pajamas while dozing through Toy Story 2 or Herbie Goes Bananas.
It's December the 27th, so leave the bells unrung. There's still holly.
There's still holly.
And we're still jolly.
And we're still jolly.
But all the jobs are done.
On Christmas Day and Boxing Day, there's stuff you have to do. But on the Boxing Day of Boxing Day, you can stay in bed till 2:30. Now, Christmas can be miserable, not always, but it can. Perhaps you're lonely, sad, or ill, or simply not a fan. It can be hard when every card insists that you be merry, but now it's done, and festive fun is not compulsory.
It's December the 27th, so pack the tree away. And if you're weary of being cheery, that's totally okay.
On Christmas Day, you have to play the Merry Christmas Elf. But on the Boxing Day of Boxing Day, you can be your usual grumpy self. Yes, it's December the 27th, and Santa has made tracks. So if you're merry or not very, well, either way, relax. On Christmas Day and Boxing Day, there's stuff you have to do. But on the Boxing Day of Boxing Day, it's completely up to you.
Happy 27th! Sir, as a turkey, what was it that most attracted you to Christmas?
Oh, I like their man. What's his name? You know, their main man with the beard and the red suit.
Father Christmas.
Yeah, that's the fella. I like him. He's funny, isn't he? Yeah. Big jolly fella, always laughing. Yeah. You can imagine having a drink with him. Yeah, so I voted for his one.
Christmas.
Is it Christmas? Yeah, Christmas. Yeah.
And do you know what will happen at Christmas?
Oh, I don't know. It's something about getting rid of winter, isn't it? Yeah, sounds good. But I don't bother about that, you see. I go by whether I like him. And I can't stand that Easter guy, that rabbit. He's just bland, isn't he? So I like strong characters. They're more fun.
I see. And who did you vote for in the last election?
Yeah, Bernard Matthews.
Welcome back. Well, if you became a new mum this year, then the festive season will be extra special, as it brings with it that magical and unique day, baby's first Christmas. So, Jill, as a mother of 3, what are your top tips for making baby's first Christmas truly special?
Nothing?
Nothing?
Nothing. Baby's first Christmas. Baby don't care. Baby don't know. Baby don't know it baby's first Christmas now. Baby won't remember baby's first Christmas later. Do they know it's Christmas? Not if they babies. In fact, change baby's routine too much because it's baby's first Christmas. Baby will cry. Baby will cry anyway, of course, but baby won't cry because baby cares either way about Christmas. Baby will cry because baby is a baby.
Yes, but surely it's a time to create those precious memories that later mean so much.
All right, if can be bothered. Stick Christmas hat on baby, take baby's picture and show picture to baby when baby not baby anymore. Tell former baby, look, this was baby's first Christmas. Former baby says, aww. But also, can do this in June. Baby won't know, then or later. On actual baby's first Christmas, I recommend enjoy mummy's third gin and toast mummy's first excuse for not having to spend Christmas with spouse's awful family. Cheers.
Your witness, Mr. Hoggett.
Thank you, my lady. Now, Mr. Moore, kindly cast your mind back to the night these distressing events took place. Remind me, when was it?
It was the night before Christmas.
Thank you. Now, in your original statement to the police that night, you described witnessing the man you alleged to be the defendant arrive at your home. Do you recall the words you used?
Not exactly.
Then allow me to refresh your memory. Then what, to my wondering eyes, should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer?
Yes, I may have been mistaken.
Oh, you were mistaken.
About that part.
I'm sorry, about which part? The part about the miniature sleigh or the part about the 8 tiny reindeer?
About all of that part.
Oh, all of it? What, even the part about the miniature reindeer then proceeding to fly onto the roof?
They were pigeons.
I beg your pardon?
Later established they were pigeons. I am nearsighted without my glasses.
Pigeons?
Yes.
8 pigeons?
Yes.
8 tiny pigeons?
8 normal-sized pigeons.
I see. Well, whether they were normal-sized pigeons or whether they were tiny reindeer, you then went on to identify them to the desk sergeant by name.
Did I?
Oh, yes, with great enthusiasm. Can you recall for the court the 8 names you gave them?
My lady, my learned friend has made his point. The witness was drunk, yes. He nonetheless identified the defendant.
Oh, yes, I know. I have your description here. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry, his eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry.
My lady, the terms may be unconventional, but they nonetheless clearly apply to the defendant.
Yes, well, before we hasten to convict my client on the basis of the merriness or otherwise of his dimples...
Oh, come on, it's him. It's obviously him. Look at him. He's got a broad face and a little round belly. A 6 when he laughs like a bowl full of jelly. He's chubby and plump. All right, jolly old elf. And I laugh when I see him in spite of myself.
Mr. Moore, are you drunk right now?
Yes, I am.
No further questions.
Really, John? Another sketch about Christmas?
Well, yes, Margaret, it's a Christmas special.
How very convenient.
I suppose so.
All I'm saying, John, is would you have done that sketch about Father Ramadan?
No, probably not.
Well, I think that says a lot, doesn't it?
I'm not sure it does. I don't think there's even a poem about Father Ramadan.
Well, then maybe you should write one.
Yeah? Okay. Maybe I will.
Well, you should.
Should I?
Yes! Definitely, if you do it about Christmas, you should do it about Ramadan.
Are they similar then, those two things?
I expect so.
Okay. Here goes. 'Twas the night before Ramadan, and all through the mosque... Who are you?
We are literally all of the BBC's lawyers. Every single one.
All of them.
What, they've given you whistles now?
Yes, they have, and this sort of thing demonstrates exactly why. Stop this sketch right now.
Why?
Why? Because it's hugely offensive.
What, to Muslims? I haven't even started.
Muslims? No, of course it's not offensive to Muslims. It's offensive to Christians.
What? Why?
Because of this ridiculous straw woman you've created to represent them.
Yes, this insulting Margaret Cabourn-Smith character.
I mean, for a start, not all Christians have names like that.
Hey!
And more importantly, Margaret Cabourn-Smith is a deeply offensive stereotype of Christians as thin-skinned, humourless and obsessed with the media's portrayal of Islam.
Whereas, in fact, the vast majority of Christians are tolerant, fair-minded and perfectly capable of taking a joke, or even making one.
I know that, but I'm talking about, the ones who write letters in green ink or leave comments online.
Well, that's exactly the problem. You're basing your criticism of a huge group of people based solely on a few oddballs at the fringe of it.
And for all you comedians like to smugly mock this phrase, you actually wouldn't do that about Islam, would you?
No, that's true, I wouldn't.
No, and quite right too.
OK, you're right. It's a double standard. I'll stop doing it.
Good. And that had better be the last we hear of Margaret Cabourn-Smith.
Do they mean the real me or the character me?
I'm not sure. Probably best not to take chances, though.
Excuse me, I'm interviewing turkeys about why they voted for Christmas.
Oh, well, they're all the same, really, aren't they? These holidays. Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day. So I just voted Christmas to send a message, really.
And what is that message?
Well, that I'm cross.
I see. And if we do have Christmas this year, do you think your message will get across?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And if it doesn't, I'll just send another message next Christmas.
Will you?
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
No reason.
Well, since you asked me for the greatest story ever told, I will by all means tell you once again the one about Treasure Island from Series 1. What? Even greater than that? You stretch my resources, but there is one story of when I was a young man, very young man, when I was known as Finnemore of Nazareth. A really very young man indeed. I was working, you see, as senior advisor to Emperor Caesar Augustus. Good morning, O great Caesar Augustus, fount of all wisdom, master of my destiny, before whom I am as the wheat beneath the scythe.
Yes, never mind that. Look, I've decided to make a decree about tax.
Oh, yes? What's the plan?
I'm going to tax all the world.
All the world?
Yes.
Ambitious?
Well, you know me, think big. Also, I think we'll get more money that way.
Great Caesar's logic is flawless. I will announce the decree.
Yes, I also thought, let's say everyone has to go back to the city they were born in.
Why?
It'll just make things easier, I think.
It'll make things easier if everyone in the world is forced to travel simultaneously whilst doing their tax return.
Yes, I think so. Why? Do you have a better idea?
We could just tax them where they live now.
No, I don't think that would work. Besides, my plan will stimulate the economy. Think of all the money innkeepers will make, for instance.
Yes. As it happens, O Caesar, I myself keep a small inn in Nazareth.
Oh, there you are then, Kerching.
Yeah, although I was born in Bethlehem.
Off you go then.
And so I boarded up my inn and began the long journey to my hometown. And on that journey, down that dusty road, a humble donkey watched me go on my massive luxury horse. On arrival, I made my way straight to the inn.
Excuse me, do you have a room for tonight?
Oh, do we have a room, Hannah?
Oh, not tonight. I'm sorry, sir. There's no room for you at the inn.
No room? Why is the little town of Bethlehem so busy?
Well, this taxing, of course.
Yes, and also the hopes and fears of all the years are met in us tonight.
I see, a convention. You really don't have any room at all?
Well, no single room, no. No single room. All we have left is a family room, sir.
Oh, fine, I'll take that.
Right, a bit big for one person, sir. A large double bed and a cot.
I don't mind, I like to spread out. Besides, the cot will be a useful place to keep my suitcase.
Oh, hello. No, I'm sorry, we've just filled our last room.
And so I went to bed. With the satisfaction of a job well done. But within the hour, I was awoken and forced to go and find the innkeeper.
Excuse me, could you please turn that light out?
Light, sir?
Yes.
I don't like to complain, but it's been a long journey to Bethlehem, and I was enjoying a deep and dreamless sleep, and now suddenly the dark street shineth with everlasting light. What is more, it seems to be positioned so that it shines directly into my window, right onto my suitcase stand. And also, while I have to admit that your local choir is excellent, is 1 o'clock in the morning really the right time for choir practice? The innkeeper promised to see what he could do, and I returned to bed, but before long... Excuse me, why is your inn suddenly full of sheep?
Oh, they've got in, have they?
Yes, they have. What are they doing here?
Well, the shepherds brought them. It's been a bit of a funny night,
Yeah,
you
the
see.
shepherds. Yes, the shepherds can shut up as well.
Oh, dear. Are they singing bawdy shepherding songs?
No, they are glorifying and praising God for all the things that they have heard and seen. But they are doing it really loudly.
I'm sorry you've been disturbed. I'll have a word with them, but it's been quite an unusual night, you see.
I don't want to hear excuses. I just want to be left to sleep in heavenly peace.
Fair enough, sir. Good night.
But within the hour, I was up again.
What is it now? And I'm a little bit busy trying to find swaddling clothes.
Look here, I tolerated the light and the choir and the shepherds. I even tolerated all those regal fanfares that started half an hour ago. But this is the final straw. There is a little boy standing directly below my window, literally playing a drum. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I do not want to hear a rum-pum-pum-pum. A rum-pum-pum-pum. A rum-pum-pum-pum. I don't know where he even found a drum that could make that noise.
I understand, sir, but you see, something incredible
I
has
don't care.
happened.
I don't want to hear about it. All I want you to do is to do something about that boy, him and his drum. Otherwise, I will have no choice but to give this establishment an extremely poor review on Rate My Inn.
What's that?
It's a scroll of parchment about inns, which I compile, and then go round reading out to people.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm sure there's something we can do.
And so it came to pass that when I left Bethlehem, I made known abroad all that I had seen, and all they that heard it wondered at those things which were told them by Finnemore. Namely, that if you make enough fuss, there's an inn in Bethlehem that'll knock 25% off the bill. That surely is the greatest story ever told. Good night. John Finnemore's Souvenir Programme was written and performed by John Finnemore with Margaret Cabourn-Smith, Simon Kane, Lawry Lewin and Carrie Quinlan. Original music was written and performed by Susannah Pearse. The producer was Ed Morrish and it was a BBC Studios production. The holiday of Christmas, the colours red and green, and the emotion of merriness are all registered trademarks of John Mulligan Stores plc.
This is John Finnemore's Souvenir Programme.
James, this is Maddie. Oh, hi, Maddie. James.
Oh, nice to meet you.
You two? Oh, we're doing two.
Oh, I thought you were...
No, I didn't, fully commit.
No, I never know whether to...
No, is it one or two or...
This is Claire.
Oh, sorry, Claire. James?
Good to meet you. We're just doing one.
Oh, well, I just thought after...
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but we can do two.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Got you on the glasses, sorry.
No. I thought we were doing one.
Yeah.
People of Britain, for God's sake, let's just decide. We have it in our power never to have this boring yet awkward conversation ever again. We've been kissing hello in this country for at least 20 years. Let's pick a team. Once or twice, it doesn't matter. They'll both work equally well so long as we all agree. No, do you know what? That attitude is going to get us nowhere. Someone has to decide. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now. Twice. Yep, why not? Kissing's nice, let's do it twice. Oh, there you go, that's the mnemonic. Kissing is nice, let's do it twice. Let that be our slogan, people of Britain, and that way no one need ever slog through this conversation, which is, by the way, still going on.
In parts of France, I think they do it 3 times.
Oh, 4?
Yeah, the Italians do 4.
Ever again. Yes, it's CB30WA.
Thank you. And now your telephone number, please.
Sure, it's 0.
Yep.
7.
Yep.
7.
Yep.
1489841. Hmm?
I didn't get that.
Oh, okay. It's O.
No, just the fast bit.
What?
I've got 077, then what?
Oh, sorry, I don't remember it like that. Hang on. 7. 1489841.
148
1489841.
9841.
1489841.
Right, okay, thanks. So,
5.
sorry,
5.
what, at the end of the...
At the end of a number, yes, 5.
Right, so it's 07714 898 415.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Doesn't it?
No, you see, I say it. O,
Yes, but-
7,
I know, but...
7.
Okay, yeah.
1489841.
5. I know.
5.
Yes, that's what I've got. It's quite an unusual rhythm you've got there.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. I mean, well, most people do 5-3-3. Some people do 3-4-4. I've never heard anyone do 1-1-1-7-1.
Well, it's just easier to remember that way. Obviously.
Why?
Well, you know, it's all prime numbers.
Prime numbers.
Yeah. You know, apart from the O, of course, but other than that, I just break it up into prime numbers. 7, 7, 1,489,841. 5.
Okay, well, I've just remembered, ideally my supervisor wants me to spend no more than 90 seconds on each call, so let's move on.
Yeah, sure.
So, next, if you could give me... Oh.
Yep.
If you could give me the long number on the front of the card.
Ah, you'll like this. 1.
Then we are agreed.
We are. The time has come.
We must take action.
For too long, this regrettable state of affairs has been allowed to continue.
It can no longer be tolerated.
We have plans.
Oh, yes, plans that will change everything.
And soon we will announce them to the world.
Okay, read that back, Stuart.
The time has come for us to take action. For too long, this regrettable state of affairs has been allowed to continue, but it can no longer be tolerated. We have plans that will change everything, and soon we will announce them to the world.
Excellent! Write that up as a press release and send it out. The press conference is on the 23rd.
Will do. Oh, and when it comes to the press conference, maybe I should do the talking?
You? Why, you? No offence, but you are quite a junior member of our organisation.
Yeah, I know. I just somehow wonder if it would sound better coming from me.
I don't see why.
Well, I don't know. Just maybe something about the tone of my voice or...
Oh, perhaps he has a point, Claire. Perhaps a youthful figure on the podium would be.
I don't know. Don't take this the wrong way, Stuart, but your voice is just a tiny bit nasal.
And besides, I do think an initiative as important as this really does need to be announced by a senior executive for Save the Children.
Agreed! And so, when the world's press are assembled, it is I myself who will inform them of our demands for cleaner water sources, sustainable agriculture, and education for all! Why are you laughing?
Oh, sorry, someone just sent me a video. It's a little kitten surprised at her reflection.
You see? Oh, yes.
Bless his cotton socks.
Happy anniversary, darling.
Happy anniversary. Here's your present.
No, open yours first.
Oh, no, you always make me go
Go
first.
on.
All right, then. So, it's very well wrapped. Well, looks quite antique-y, honey. We did say we weren't going to too much trouble this year.
I know.
So, what do we have here? Some kind of antique, what, bowl is it? Or cup?
Look closer.
Oh. Is this the Holy Grail?
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Happy anniversary, Indiana.
Thank you. It's... Yeah, you shouldn't have, really.
Well, you mentioned wanting one.
Did I? Where did you even find it?
Oh, well, you remember in May I had to go to that conference in Istanbul?
Uh-huh.
Well, on the way back, I made a little detour to the catacombs of the Brotherhood of the Cruciform Sword. And there were some puzzles and traps and Nazis and things. But, long story short, happy anniversary!
Well, thank you. It's just what I wanted.
Oh, you're welcome. So, is this mine?
I really do wish I'd gone first.
Silly. I mean, whatever it is, I'm sure... Oh. Is that what I think it is?
I'm afraid it might be.
An ironing board cover?
Yeah, because our one got that burn mark on it.
You have chosen poorly.
I don't know. I just worry it won't be as safe as if I were driving.
Madam, I assure you, self-driving car technology is now so advanced. It's vastly superior to any human driver. You and your family will never have been safer on the road.
Well, that might be true for driving skills, but what about decision-making? I mean, what if there was a situation where it could only avoid a fatal crash by, ploughing into a bus queue? Would it do it?
Well, that actually depends on how many people were in the queue.
Really?
Oh, yes. This is very advanced technology. It will instantly calculate whether there are more lives at risk in the car or in the queue and act accordingly.
Well, that's exactly what I'm afraid of, you see. I want it to, just hit the queue.
I see.
I mean, I suppose that makes me a horrible person, does it?
No. But in that case, you might be interested in our optional extras.
Yes?
Yeah. For £20,000, for instance, we can adjust the car's ethics programme, weighting your family's ethical value at double the reality. So a car containing a family of 4 would plough into a queue of 7.
7's not many.
Or, for £100,000, we can set it to be functionally limitless. The car would equate your family's value to the population of a small town. Practically speaking, that's going to protect you from pretty much anything you'll meet on the road.
Not anything full stop.
Well, if money really is no object, for £500,000, the car will simply set the lives of you and your family at higher value than any and all other life on the planet. David Attenborough could be driving the last 2 snow leopards in existence to deliver their cure for mortality to the World Health Organization, and this car would happily run it off the road into a koala orphanage. And they wouldn't even have to be endangering your life, just getting in your way.
That's what I'm after. I'll take it.
Excellent choice.
But what happens if 2 cars with that setting meet?
They fight to the death.
So something happened to me the other day that I couldn't find a way of turning into a sketch. So I thought I would just tell you about it. I had been abroad and I came home with a few Norwegian kroner left over, and I looked up how much they were worth, and it was nearly 20 quid. But it took me a couple of weeks to get round to exchanging it, and then, when I did, the cashier gave me back £21.60. And I told her I was surprised, and she said, well, when did you look it up? And I said, a couple of weeks ago, and she said, well, there you are. The pound fell sharply last week. And then she said, you did well to wait. And I felt so proud. I did well to wait. For once, it wasn't procrastination and inefficiency after all. It was a rather canny piece of financial strategy. I did well to wait. The lady said so. As if I'd said to myself, don't rush this, Finnemore. Something tells me if you play your cards right, there could be upwards of £1.60's worth of profit in this. So I was on the way home, flushed with my success. I started thinking, well, next time I go abroad, if this happens, I should remember to do this again. Or actually, hang on, I don't even need to wait until I've been abroad. I mean, theoretically, surely even just now I could have said to the nice lady, well, what else have you got? And then bought that, and then gone back the next week, and then done that over and over. I think I may have invented an entirely new way of making money. Bear in mind, there was absolutely no self-awareness about this. I was thinking this out to myself, slowly and painfully, big frown on my little earnest face, to the point that I even thought, well, there must be some reason it wouldn't work. Or surely someone would be doing it already. I thought to myself as I walked past the London Stock Exchange. Anyway, when I was writing this show, I remembered about this and I thought, oh, well, there could be a sketch in it. But when I tried to write it, I couldn't find one. The things that made it funny were all about what was going on in my head. And also, it seemed like it was only really funny if you knew that it genuinely happened to me. Well, I mean, more or less. Obviously, I wasn't really walking past the London Stock Exchange, but the essentials were true. And then I had an idea. What if I did a sort of not sketch where I simply told the audience directly about the funny thing that happened to me? So I would just stand there in front of an audience, telling them something that had happened, exaggerating it in places and saying why I found it funny. I mean, it's risky. I thought to myself, again, with absolutely no self-awareness whatsoever. Because it's a pretty revolutionary idea, but if it did catch on, well, I might just have invented an entirely new way of doing comedy. I thought to myself as I walked past the Comedy Store.
Eddie.
Hi, Stu. All set, are we? You got those spare muskets out of the Toyota, all right?
Oh, yeah, we've got all our muskets.
Yes, I'm sure, but I asked if you got the spare muskets.
Yeah, we've got them. That's what I meant.
That's not what you said, though, is it? Still, good. Going to be a big show tomorrow. Don't want any snacks.
No. Well.
Oh, Christmas. What is it?
It's Ray Oswald.
Of course it is. Well, of course it's Ray Oswald. What's he done now?
Right. You know he's doing Duke of Wellington?
Yes, of course I know that. Outgoing president always enacts Wellington. It's in the book.
Yeah, no, I know. Only, well, there was a bit of a mix-up, and the thing is, well, he thought he was doing Napoleon.
What? No, I'm Napoleon. The sitting president of the society always enacts Napoleon.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, that's also in the book. It's on the same page. Why would he think I wouldn't be Napoleon?
Well, he thought you'd, well, he thought you said you were too,
Too what?
Short.
Short?
Well, it was just a misunderstanding.
He thought I was too short for Napoleon?
Well, you know, only because of that lecture you gave explaining how Napoleon probably wasn't as short as history says. You know, that he was probably kind of average height, and obviously you're not, Well, anyway, point is, like I say, I put him straight.
Good.
And he is totally fine with you being Napoleon.
Well, I should hope so. So what's the problem?
Well, he hasn't brought his Wellington kit. He's brought his Napoleon kit.
Christmas bells. Well, what are we going to do? We can't do Waterloo without Wellington.
Well, I had two thoughts. One was, can we sort of just zhuzh up the Earl of Uxbridge?
Stu.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Well, I should think so. Zhuzh up? This is historical reenactment, Stuart, not Amdram.
I know. I'm sorry.
Good. Well, what's your second idea?
Well, we do have a Hitler.
A Hitler?
Yeah. The boys in Unit B are doing the Fall of Berlin tomorrow, and, well, Paul Crawford's got his Hitler kit in his car.
Stuart, I am not having the Battle of Waterloo won by Hitler.
No, but...
No, there's no buts. I'm not having the British Army led to arguably the greatest triumph of their long and proud history by Adolf Hitler.
No, but they wouldn't have to be British. All the B unit lads have got their German kit with them.
Oh, right, great. So you're suggesting in our living history lesson we present to the public tomorrow, Napoleon's army is beaten by the Nazis?
Well, or the other way round.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I take your point. We can't have Hitler win. Sends the wrong message. But if we present it as a what if, he could lose, Eddie, to Napoleon. As played by you.
Well, it's a thought, I suppose.
So what we do the battle like normal, but with the Nazis losing, and then the ceremony of surrender, only, you know, with Napoleon...
Triumphant.
Yeah. Maybe even making a little speech.
Yeah, well, I mean, he probably would have done, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would have done.
Historically, I mean, had it worked out that way, he would have said a few words.
Yeah.
Pointing out some of Hitler's failings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, go on then. Tell the lads informally, I'll give them a proper briefing at line-up.
Right, you are ready.
Oh, one thing though, I don't want Paul Crawford as Hitler. Tell Ray Oswald to do it.
And also, Allosaurus was the cleverest because they did ambushes, which the other dinosaurs didn't.
All right, well, that'll do, I think, kids. Go and get ready for bed. I'll be up in 10 minutes.
No, come on, don't spoil it. You've been really good. Say goodnight to Ian.
Good night.
Good night. Nice to meet you all.
Go on then, hop it.
Oh, they are great kids.
Oh, thank you. They have their moments.
Yeah. Especially Josh. I think he's the best one.
Right, yeah, well, he's very outgoing, so people tend to notice him.
Oh, no, I did notice the others too. I just think Josh is better.
I don't think that's something...
I'm only comparing them to each other. I wouldn't compare them to anyone else's kids. That would be rude. Yeah. No, I'm just saying that out of your three, all of which you did, Josh is your best.
That's
No, I mean, I'm praising him. I'm saying he's the best. I've deliberately not said which one's the worst. Good. Even though it's pretty obvious. No, I'm just saying Josh is your best kid. That's all. I don't see why you should object to me pointing that out. You know, there's more than one of them, so one of them's got to be the best.
Ian, will you please just let us get a word in edgeways? Yeah. We know one of them's got to be the best.
Yes, but it's not Josh, it's Katie.
Katie?
Oh, by a mile! No, you've just fallen for the dinosaur routine. I mean, it's fine as far as it goes, but it gets old pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it's all he's got. Get him off dinosaurs, he is lost. Whereas Katie's got breadth as well as depth.
And she's nicer, too.
She is nicer, yeah. She even bothers to play with Daniel, who, you're quite right, is obviously...
The worst!
Daddy, are you coming to read us a story?
Oh, hello, Dan. How long have you been there?
Quite a long time.
Well, look, we're sorry.
It's okay, but I'm afraid this does mean you both slipped down a couple of spaces on the grown-ups chart. Dad, you're now worse than Grandma.
Oh, come on!
Well, since you ask me who the devil I am and what am I doing in your house, I do have one curious tale you may find intriguing. Though I must warn you, it will do nothing to answer either of your questions. Some fellows and I had got to talking about the club's resident eccentrics. Henderson mentioned Lord Totteridge, who has built himself a vast network of underground tunnels which he uses to travel about London on trains. I nominated old Nettleship, who once bet 5,000 guineas that he would lose that very bet. Which, of course, he lost. And so won. And so lost. And so won. And so on.
Well, but for sheer mysterious eccentricity...
Piped up calendar?
You can't beat young Parker.
We all at once saw the truth of this. Parker was a strange fellow indeed. He only came to the club once a month, on which occasion he would go straight to his room, where he would remain for 3 days, during which time not a soul would either enter or leave, or both, or neither. No, wait, neither. Neither is what happened.
I say, though...
Said calendar now.
Surely old Potter must be able to tell us something.
Potter was the club's porter, and we summoned him over. Now, what do you know of Parker, Potter?
Parker, sir?
Yes, Potter, Parker. Come on. You must know Parker, Potter. You're the porter.
Yes, sir, but there are two gentlemen of that name in the club. Do you mean the sadly deranged Mr. Patrick Parker, sir, or his son Peter?
Peter? We mean Peter Parker, Potter, not his potty pater Pat. Well, this went on for some time. Quite possibly too long. But eventually we got him to understand and asked him what went on during Parker's lonely vigil.
I don't know what Mr. Parker gets up to in there, sirs, but two things I will tell you. The only food served to him is one raw beefsteak, which he has placed in his room before he arrives. Secondly, he always goes in the day before the new moon and leaves the day after.
Far from explaining the mystery, these new facts simply baffled us yet further. None of us could make head nor tail of them. Which is odd now I come to tell this, because it's blindingly obvious he was some sort of werewolf.
If only we could somehow trick him into mistaking the night of the full moon, perhaps we could learn something.
Mused Calendar. Well, yes, but that's impossible, said I.
I think you forget who you're talking to.
Laughed Calendar. Of course, Calendar was a direct descendant of Sir Oswald Calendar, the inventor of the calendar. And he now held the controlling interest in the family firm, Calendar's Calendars. You mean you could tamper with the date?
Nothing easier. Mind you, we may have to play the long game.
What, golf?
Good God, no. I simply mean I shall have to wait for next year's calendars to go to press. But then I can easily put, say, March's full moon back by a day.
Wouldn't there be the most awful row about it?
Oh, I shouldn't think so. I don't suppose anyone else will even notice.
Though, funnily enough, it turned out he was quite wrong about this, and the prank led directly to 14 shipwrecks. Be that as it may, next March, we gathered again at the club on the day of the full moon, or, as Parker and the rest of the world thought, the day before it. Sure enough, Parker arrived and retired to his room. With bated breath, we waited for the moon to rise. At the moment it cleared the horizon, there arose from upstairs a terrible noise. You might call it a scream, but it was like no human scream I had ever heard. And the only screams I've ever heard have all been human. Except this one, as it turned out. But I didn't know that then. Basically what I'm saying is it was a weird noise. So, alone, I mounted the stairs, found Parker's room, and knocked hesitantly.
Who's there? Go away!
It is I, Finnemore. Is everything all right in there?
What? Yes, all's very well in here. Jolly good. Couldn't be better.
Only we had a noise.
Did you? No, don't think so. Everything's fine, and no one's turned into anything unexpectedly early. Or at all.
Very well, I shall leave you in...
No, wait! Don't go, Finnemore. Can I trust you?
I admit I was a little hurt. Was I not a gentleman? True, his predicament was entirely my fault. But on the other hand, he didn't know that. I hope so, said I, stiffly.
Very well. Then be a good chap and break down the door. You see, the fact of the matter is, I'm stuck in the bath.
Whatever I had expected to hear, werewolf, it was not this. But I set to work. It was no small task. The door was of goodly oak and opened outwards. Luckily, it was unlocked, so I went in and broke it down from the inside, which was much easier. I went in. The first thing I noticed was that the room seemed full of buzzing flies. The reason was not hard to trace. A putrid beefsteak lay rotting on the table. I went into the bathroom, but the bath was empty. The bath, I said, is empty.
Look closer,
said Parker from somewhere. I did as I was bade. No, really, said I, there's nothing here, except for a large spider scuttling around, waving at me, pointing at itself.
Hello!
Oh, good God! Well, I rescued my friend with the aid of a beaker and a leaflet from a pizzeria. And within 10 minutes, we were gathered around his fire, me in the easy chair, he dangling from the mantelpiece.
I suppose I owe you an explanation. Tell me, Finnemore, do you know what an arachnothrope is?
I think so, said I. Someone with an irrational hatred of historical inaccuracies.
No, Finnemore, that's an anacrophobe.
Ah, and are you one of those two?
Oh, not at all,
said he, gesturing towards the pizza leaflet.
But I am an arachnothrope. It's a long and complicated story. When I was a boy, I was bitten by a spider. And now, every full moon, I turn into one.
It doesn't seem that long and complicated.
I boiled it down.
So, you're a were-spider?
Oh, if you like, I prefer to call myself the Amazing Spider Gentleman.
And do you fight crime?
Do I what?
Do you fight crime?
Do I fight crime when I'm a spider?
Yes.
I mean, just listen to the question. Of course I don't fight crime. I don't even particularly fight crime when I'm a human. Why on earth would I do so as a spider?
I don't know. I just thought perhaps, it would make you able to swing through the town on your, webs.
Have you ever seen a spider?
Yes.
Swinging through town on its webs?
No, but still, with great power comes great responsibility.
No doubt. But with turning into a spider once a month comes hiding in a room. I simply order a beefsteak to ensure a good supply of flies and lock myself away until the fit has passed. What went wrong tonight, I'll never know. But I can rely on you to keep my secret, can't I, Finnemore?
Of course you can, said I warmly. Oh, I should have said at the start, keep all this to yourself. And in return, I continued, will you promise me that if you do see any crime, you'll at least try to fight it?
I don't understand this strange obsession, Finnemore. But I'll promise you this. I'll do whatever a spider can.
I rarely see Peter Parker now. I believe he moved to New York, but still, at the close of each year, I receive, in token of my faithful keeping of his secret, so far as he knows, a little Christmas gift, a fine silk handkerchief. And it comes, of course, from Macy's. Why, what were you thinking? Good night.
John Finnemore's Souvenir Programme was written and performed by John Finnemore, with Margaret Cabourn-Smith, Simon Kane, Lawry Lewin and Carrie Quinlan. The producer was Ed Morrish and it was a BBC Studios production. And remember, we're all doing 2 kisses now, OK? It's been decided. Kissing is nice, let's do it twice. Spread the word.